Do-rag wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 20.04.20 and a very special day, 420. We also have 197 days left to the election, and the music you hear in the background is the very famous and wonderful music of Bernard Herrmann. Also remember, fake Senate impeachment trial, no vindication, no adjudication, no exoneration. Please repeat. I'm in the midst of reading a very disturbing book called The Family by Jeff Sharlet. If you don't have time to read the book, there is also a 4-part documentary that is appearing on Netflix. The book presents a history of revivalism and fundamentalism in our country and introduces a different kind of Christianity than the one usually shared. In the Christianity that Sharlet introduces, the emphasis is on converting the rich and the powerful to the Christian cause, to keeping women subservient, to forcing us all to bow to a new American theocracy, which to the members of the family was the original intention of those who came to the New World to take over in the first place. To them, this Christianity embraces violence and the sword, if necessary, to fight for the rule of Jesus. The pact of this quote-unquote family is compared by them to such covenants made by the Mafia and by the Nazi Party, among others. The family sees the power of a small group of strong men who influence the many. Disturbingly, this family has more influence on our country than you can ever imagine. They sponsor, for one thing, the National Prayer Breakfast, which was founded around the time of Truman, and every president since him has attended this event. Let's not forget that we live in a secular country that has a separation between religion, faith, tribal law, and secular rights. The family, on the other hand, wants to see an end to all of that. Their America will resemble something worse than what is depicted in The Handmaid's Tale. The family loves Traitor Trump, even though they consider him a sinner. But he is a kind of sinner that is doing wonderful things for Christ. He is the tough thug they can use to advance their cause. At some point, they would love to see Trump saved so he can join a long list of Christians, not meek and mild and crying over the poor and the weak, but instead strong, powerful, saving the rich, so that they as a group can wield the mighty sword to battle for the blood of Christ, to create a theocratic USA as they say it should have been. The family has been working for years to overturn our secular country. And while this pandemic ravages us, they are working tirelessly behind the scenes to see their nefarious agenda realized. They have plenty of money and plenty of totalitarian wannabes to work with them, including Trump, of course, including tumors like the Koch brothers, and among others. Very rich people. Unlike their opponents, us liberals and Democrats and free thinkers, we have thoughts on many things. The family and their supporters are monomaniacal in their goal for a theocratic America. Remember that these so-called members of the Christian faith have the same mentality that led to the genocide of the American Indians. And when I say American Indians, I mean all the native peoples were attacked and slaughtered from North all the way down to South America during the era of exploration and the rape of the New World. Manifest destiny. You have to also realize that the founders of our country, the Puritans, were religious fanatics who may have come here for religious freedom, but did not come here to be free of religion. I believe that it was almost a miracle that we got a secular country out of all of this, folks. But the fundamentalists did not go away. The quote-unquote muscle Christians, that's what I like to call them, have been fighting against our secular government since the beginning. For those who believe that the Puritans were all good and all wise, I wonder how many of us would want to live with them, especially when Sunday rolls around and they burn you alive because you are an atheist and refuse to attend church. As you read The Family, a chill will pass through you as if death was running a marathon inches away. We liberals have been busy fighting amongst ourselves while the family has increased its influence. Why do you think we have a right-wing kangaroo Supreme Court with lifetime appointments, of course? Why do you think we have a proliferation of appointments of right-wing lower federal court justices, all for a lifetime? All totalitarians know the importance of taking over our courts. Hitler did it in Germany with his courts. Why do you think there is gerrymandering, voter suppression, Citizens United, messing with our environment? All kinds of crap, messing with LGBTQ rights, messing with women's rights, messing with all kinds of people's rights. All of this, our secular country. We have a secular country. And they want to turn it into an all-white, theocratic type of situation. All the negative things you can imagine that are totalitarian are supported by the muscle Christians of the family, the sponsors of the less than benign prayer breakfast. And now that the CV-19 pandemic is raging, these family-influenced people are using this disaster as cover for their attempt to deny women their right to choose. Even though it has a dark side, I love the USA. And it is the lighter side, the just side of this country that I look to. Those high ideals behind the founding of our country, which our enemies are now trying to undermine. I know that there are good people of faith out there, whether Christian, Jewish, Muslim, or others. I understand the need for faith and religion by some, because we live on a rusty razor's edge from birth to death. But the USA is a secular country, not controlled by the totalitarianism of fundamentalist extremist religion. We must have started out that way, but constitutionally we put aside childish myths of organized faith and embrace the liberty of secular democracy. Please read The Family or see the documentary. I hate to say it, we may have to prepare not only for a possible second civil war, but also, sadly, for a new holy war. Because I would rather be dead than submit to any kind of totalitarianism, especially those arising out of religious extremism. And by the way, note the protests going on against the lockdown of our country because of CV-19. Please do not be taken in by this destructive behavior. Trump and Putin want to murder our USA. Please do not let the clueless and ignorant help them in their disreputable goals. If more of us get massacred from CV-19, the more will be left over for the family to convert to their un-American cause.